I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea what the hell was going on when I was reading the first script. Like,
I agree with that exactly, because like when I recorded the pilot and heck, even some episodes, I'd read the script and I'd be like, "What the heck is going on?
What's happening?" Yeah,
what's happening?
But like they'll usually give us direction on, how the scene should play out. Because I'll look at a line and I'll be like, "Oh, that seems like it's funny." No, it's not supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be completely serious, or vice versa. Something that I thought was serious is like, "Oh no, that's played for comedy."
Yeah, it's like, I've done that so many times. Like, I've read a line like really seriously and like, no, that's, you could be funny with that one. I'm like, oh.
So is just the fact that they have the Sonic mouths, kind of, where they like switch sides sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, you'll see the robots will have their mouth like switch from one side of the mouth to the other. I love that stylistic choice.
It's such an adorable design. It lends itself to 3D so well. Like it
talking to V in episode 3, where he like shifts to like listen, you can talk to me, like what's going on, and then she blows his head off. But
of course,
like I think I definitely want to see a lot more of as the series goes on. Is just like, because it's really fun being the dumb himbo kind of like, yeah, I'm here, woo. But it's also fun being able to shift to like something way more serious. Also, just want to say hello, Examination.
Do you have Elsie, or did we do Elsie first?
No, we didn't do Elsie yet.
No. What was it? What was the question? Sorry, I was thinking of how good you guys were in that short. I got distracted.
Crazy ideas or moments you'd like. Would it have more psycho?
What's funny is in the little videos that SMG4 does, where they like have N appear sometimes, they actually write him, at least in some of the earlier videos where they had him appear for Murder Drone's promotion. So like I had to be like, hello, just do a lot more of like a kind of guttural, like when I find you, you're gonna be dead meat. Like I still try to add a little bit of the squeakiness to him, because like I feel like that never goes away.
It's scary. I don't like scary.
But like just add a little more gravel to him, pretty much just make him a little more intense. But I don't think N is scary. Like naturally, like if he's scary, that's I feel like that's not N.
Wants to work with her in any capacity is awesome in my eyes.
We should definitely try and get her on another stream.
Yeah, I was secretly hoping that we'd have more J ever since the end of the pilot, and just seeing like, oh, are they just dead? No, I like them.
No, yeah, exactly.
Gonna move to this question from Bo Boy to all cast members. What do you think your characters would think of you if you somehow met in real life?
We'd get along fine. I want to
start with Michael. Yeah.
We'd get along just fine. We'd be stupid together. I think that we'd have a good time. I think that it would just be pretty dumb. I actually don't know if we'd do a lot. We just kind of make stupid noises at each other.
What kinds?
Oh yeah, just all kinds of stupid noises.
Oh my god, I hate to see that. Oh my gosh.
And how about you, Elsie?
I think we'd get along fine. I mean, I'm quite a motherly person, and I would definitely, if I ever met Uzi in real life, I would just talk her through everything. We'd have a sit down and have a nice chat. We'd be really calm. I'd be like, her, sort of.
Think in a weird way, we'd work out as friends. In real life, I do have friends who are more similar to V in a way, like more outgoing, more extroverted, and more confident, and with me being more introverted and more geeky, I guess, but it works, and I think we'd have that kind of dynamic for sure.
A worker drone or a disassembly drone? Kind of dark. Those are the only two options. Would you rather be lame or a murderer?
Well, you need
Would you rather hide behind doors or like
when you're a disassembly drone, you got to eat oil in order to survive, like because you'll overheat if you don't. So I don't know. Do you want to kill people, or do you want to just kind of vibe? I want to vibe. I'd be a worker drone.
Same. I think I'd love to say that I'd be a cool disassembly drone, but I'm too empathetic. I don't have it in me. Like I cry when I see a cute cat or a cute puppy. I couldn't like do, So I don't think life as a worker drone is that bad. Aside from the hiding, I mean, they have a school. They get to do the cool prom. They do all that sort of stuff. So it's not too bad. It's just a bit limited. And Nola performs her so perfectly in that aspect, with the laughing, and she does that when they do that little like X thing on their eyes, and like the wide smile she gets. I love all that. That is so good. It's Jay is much more like diplomatic, sort of corporate business type, and obviously N is N. So V is, the.
What were the descriptions of the characters you were assigned a voice act for? Like, did you receive descriptions before you went in? Like, what was
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Much like a comedic character. And one of the voice refs was Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt was one of the voice refs, like from the Lego Movie. Like, they were like, Chris Pratt from the Lego Movie is like one of the voice ideas. I mean, they had like five different voice ideas for N.
So I actually looked up the briefing here because I kind of forgot what they said. But sadistic and sociopathic, but having a good time with it, V's voice is as sweet as it is erratic and unpredictable.
Total Drama Island?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love how that was like an in-depth character description and then not very fond of N.
Yes.
Circling back, I just looked up on my end too. Teen, young adult kind of voice, excitable, genuine, empathetic, maybe British. It said maybe British.
Can
or
you
similar
imagine?
Light accent.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
It would have been fun though. You would have
Serial
switched
Designation
accents.
N. Nice to meet you.
Oh,
I think we
just
need
got
an
the
episode
radar.
where he gets hit on the head again and he just starts speaking in a British accent for the
She's
entire
like,
Yeah, like
"Hello."
Buzz
Oh,
Lightyear
yeah.
in Toy Story 3 when he starts speaking Spanish. Yeah, he needs
Yeah,
to
oh,
have
that's so
a
good.
language reset. Yeah, I mean, Uzi's is pretty much the same. I brought up the one for Uzi. So she's sassy, sardonic, puts no effort into making her voice presentable or pretending to be engaged. And then it was like textured. This is the note here: lots of vocal fry, which is like, yeah, come on, man. And then it was obviously like with a mood board here was Tara Strong as Raven, celebrities like Aubrey Plaza, Linda Cardellini. Great. I think the main thing I was thinking was, oh, my American accent better come through okay. And then I heard it and I was like, it's all right. I was being like really critical of myself because it literally opens with her going like, "We are worker drones." So I was like, "Is that sounding legit?"
Yeah,
or
it opens with narration.
I was like, oh. But yeah,
I didn't even
no.
realize either of you were the voices of the main characters until after I watched the first episode. I was like, that was Elsie and Michael?
Oh really?
Again?
Yeah. Oh
Like-
no.
Yep.
I just them trusting me with an American accent like that is very, very nice. It makes me feel very, very validated. But yeah, that was my main thing was like, geez, I hope my accent sounds okay. And it's definitely improved as it's gone down the line because my audition, like I said at the beginning of the interview, I was like, I listened to my audition the other day and I was like, woof, that was not a good accent.
I've noticed is after the pilot, N's voice gets a little squeakier. Like his voice gets just the tiniest bit more higher pitched. Like I raised his pitch just the tiniest bit after the pilot, and that's something you might notice actually if you listen to the pilot and then you go to like episodes 2 and 3, you might notice that.
That's with some questions. Can't answer lore questions as we've said, but Naruto asked if you could do a bit more British N impressions.
Did you just slap me with that arm? I'm Serial Designation N. Nice to meet you.
I'm trying to remember his whole line.
I'm kind of the
sounds
leader
like
of the squad in this city. That's not true. Everyone tells me I'm useless and terrible.
You sound like what's the character from South Park? You sound like Pip, like righto, you know.
Oh, righto.
Oh, he's so
Oh,
cute.
jolly good. Pip, pip.
Oh, Johnny good.
Oh,
Murder
fish and
drones, innit?
biscuits.
Biscuits, yeah.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
I think she and Mandy from Brawl Stars would vibe. They have something similar going on in their energy. Yeah. think
They're
that
quite
would work.
chaotic, both of them,
Yeah.
aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
confident.
yeah. They'd go together pretty well.
Just killing everybody all over the
Yeah.
place. Good times.
Also had me voice for their SMG4 channel called SMG Zero, who's like he's a very wholesome, like blue one-eyed boy. Him and N would get along just swimmingly. They basically have like the same personality, except they almost have the same voice, except his voice is a lot more bubbly and in here. So they would get along just fine. But if we want to see like polar opposites interact, then obviously N and Angel Dust would be like total opposites. They would. I don't think N would dislike Angel, but I think Angel would just be like, screw off, get out of my face.
You're annoying.
With him, and I'll be like,
Weirdo.
be like, what are you, a toy?
Like still kind of moody and all that, but she's a bit more secretly confident in herself. And I think Uzi would just be like, dude, what are you doing? You know? And it'd just be funny to see them interact because they're so.
We got another super chat from Rose Trap. Mike and Elsie, can you have a talk like you're usually with each other, but as N and Uzi, and can he interrupt them in a funny way? Big request. I know not everyone likes to improvise, but
Well, I don't have to change anything. I just have to talk as myself.
Yeah. What are our usual conversations? I mean, something I'd ask you would be like something like,
we only
how's
ever
the
really
move
talk
going?
about work. Yeah.
You're moving houses, right? How's that going? I totally understand how to do that.
Oh, it's going great. I love moving. It's so fun moving all my stuff. I actually love physical labor. It's really fun.
It's like, that's a lot of boxes, huh?
I like hiding
So
in
bad at
boxes sometimes. I like to peek through the little hole in the box and be like, hello.
Oh my god.
Someone's gonna animate that.
Kind of a box college style, and he's like
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I'm crying. Jesus Christ. Uzi's just kind of, like, oh, that's that. How's that move going? And he's like, I'm in a box.
the Dave Bautista. What's his character in Guardians of the Galaxy? That character, like the whole joke that he has, where he's like, if I stay incredibly still, I cannot be perceived by the human eye. That's like, I feel like that's a thing that N would take seriously. Be like, oh wow, I can't see you.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
That's so true though. Like, he would totally do that. Oh my gosh.
This question is from a Pokemon. Eevee asks, out of the 3 characters, who needs therapy the most? You can give therapy to one robot. Who do you choose and why?
V. I mean, she's like straight up like murdering lots of...
Even V admits that she's not okay. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
I
first
think she's
step.
ready for therapy.
That's true. But Uzi has a lot to go through as well.
Yeah, no, she's
I think
pretty
that-
broken.
Yeah.
N is broken in a lot of ways too, but I think he's more of the guy that like would try to be the therapist, where he's trying to like talk people through their issues. But he's just like, yeah, I've got issues of my own, but I just shove them in the backseat. I remember Liam actually sent me a little screenshot of the animatic there. That's like the one thing I got to see of the animatic before the whole thing aired. Was just the picture of N's tongue on V's blade, and like I'd use that as reference for the kind of noise that I did.
Love that part.
I think one thing, I might be wrong on this, but I think because it was quite a while ago, in the beginning when Uzi is like, JC Jensen in space, like that was me doing like that space. Like I wasn't directed to do that necessarily. It was meant to be like space kind of thing. And I sort of went space. And then I think they actually kept that take when I think in the session, Liam was like, oh no, try and do it a bit more like kind of, I might be wrong on this, but I can kind of remember. And then they actually like, put it in the actual pilot where she's like,
are both welcome. Why don't we start with Michael?
Oh God, I just love N so much. I don't want to give him up. Really fun. I actually sat right next to someone who had an N plushie with them, and they were also filming the episode illegally. And I didn't say anything though. I was just like, they're gonna try to get away with recording it. But before episode 2 was on YouTube, it was like 2 weeks before it was supposed to air, I think.
Oh God.
They were trying to film it on their phone. I was like, you do you. I'm not gonna say anything. But they had a little N plushie and everything.
Illegal. No.
I know. Someone did stop them.
Oh, thank
from
God.
like
Okay.
people working.